Hello everyone, today's concept is patriotism. Patriots are one who love their country. It is kind of hard to deny the fact that you do not love your country. Just like you have to say you love your wife or husband when you get married. Anyway, what is patriotism? According to Conover and Feldman, patriotism is a deeply felt affective attachment to the nation. It is kind of loyalty to a particular nation which only those possessing a particular nationality can exhibit. Therefore, let's say if you are a die-hard fan of New England Patriot and show strong loyalty to it, it's not a patriotism. It's much more like a fandom. The objective of this loyalty should be the country like the United States of America. Patriotism has diverse types. First, the constructive patriotism. Constructive patriots still support for universal human ideals and values when they harbor loyalty to their country. Second, by blind patriotism. It could be defined as attachment by people to their country and devotion to the goal that the country has set for itself without substantial amount of criticism. Third, symbolic patriotism. Symbolic patriotism reflects a relatively abstract, affective attachment to the nation and its core values. To some extent, patriotism and nationalism are interchangeably used. Both concepts are based on national identity. However, patriotism has somehow a positive connotation, whereas nationalism has a negative one. Blank and Schmidt differentiate patriotism from nationalism by summarizing previous literature. According to them, nationalism idolizes a nation in the sense of a generalized positive assessment of nation, and it has a feeling of national superiority and uncritically accept national state and political authorities, and overemphasize national affiliation in the individual's self-concept, and it suppresses ambivalent attitudes toward the nation, and it tends to define one's own group by criteria of descendant, racial, and cultural affiliation, and they are inclined to regard one's own group as homogeneous. Patriotism, on the other hand, the nation is not idolized, but is instead evaluated from the basis of critical conscience and its support for the system ends as soon as the nation's aim are no longer in accordance with the conviction of humanist values. And reconstruction of a group history allowing different views is endorsed. And state authoritarianism, cultural subject, is rejected, and democratic principles are supported. And uncritical acceptance of national authorities is rejected, and negative nation-related emotions are accepted. The national affiliation in the individual self-concept is not overemphasized. The distinction between the two concepts is theoretically clear, nonetheless is not clear in practice. More of a blind patriotism is almost synonymous with nationalism. I think that blind patriotism should be dubbed as nationalism. Anyhow, a few people declare themselves as a nationalist. People tend to believe themselves as patriotism. Patriotism often used to have a positive connotation. However, it can create a negative problem. For instance, if patriotism is not constrained by a sound criticism, some minority group or people could be threatened by patriotism.